Good evening on this Wednesday night. We've made it halfway through the week. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team, and we made an accomplishment today. You know what that is? Well, notice the colors here on this calendar are a little bit different for today compared to what we have had earlier, really throughout the rest of the month up until now. Notice that the temperatures here that are listed, these are the high temperatures for each day here for the month of December, and they all have a blue background indicating those were all days where temperatures were below the average. We've had 9 days this month so far of temperatures that have been below the average. Today, we got up to 59 degrees. We reported earlier 58. The National Weather Service has kind of corrected that a little bit, and they just issued the new climatological data showing our high was actually 59 degrees. So that was 2 degrees above the average. This is the first time all month that we have had temperatures that have been above the average. Now, I know it's only 2 degrees, but at least it's something after all this cool air or chilly air that we've been dealing with. And really, these below average temperatures go back to before Thanksgiving there at the end of November. So before you get used to this though and get excited about temperatures coming back to above average, just know tomorrow it is going to be back to below average. We're talking about a big dip in our temperatures tomorrow with highs only in the upper 40s tomorrow as we have this front that's coming in right now bringing in that colder air. And this is just the beginning of a lot of ups and downs here in our temperatures. Yesterday's high was 50. Today we're excited because it went up to 59. Tomorrow we're going to be even colder as we're going to see another chill move in. That will make those temperatures go down. Then Friday and Saturday we warm back up with temperatures going up to around 60 degrees both of those days with dry weather conditions here going through not only the end of the week, but also into the first part of the weekend too. We just have a low rain chance going into Sunday. And with those temperatures going up Friday and Saturday, you would think maybe they would stay that way for a bit. No, it's going to cool down again pretty big time on Sunday with our highs Sunday back down to the 40s after getting up into the lower 60s here. And then Monday and Tuesday morning, we're talking about our low temperatures that will go down into the 20s. So yes, this is a lot of ups and downs here that we're dealing with our temperatures. Now, the afternoon highs tomorrow between 12 and 4. Usually our high temperature at this time of year occurs here between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And those temperatures at that time frame are only going to be staying in the 40s. We're thinking we're going to top off around 49 degrees here in the afternoon hours on your Thursday. So it is going to be chilly again. And so while today you most likely still needed a coat or a jacket, tomorrow you're going to be looking for the heavier coat once again, maybe a little heavier than what we had out there for today. Now, here is the front that's moving our way. Mainly a dry front. There's very limited moisture with it, and you'll see up to the north we have a couple of showers, some echoes showing up here on radar in northwest Georgia, going through parts of Chattooga County here, northern Floyd County, pushing into parts of Gordon County, southern Murray and Whitfield, Gilmer County, moving into Pickens. Some of this might move into northern Dawson in just a little bit, and also into parts of White County. And then in Atlanta, we've been dealing with mainly clear skies tonight and just a few clouds here and there still ahead of that front. Here's a closer look at some of that rain. Now, our radar is trying to indicate that in some of these higher tops here of the mountains of North Georgia, there may be a little bit of a mix there. Again, those would be on those highest elevations, most likely elevations 2,500 feet or higher, that there could be a little bit of winter weather mixing in with that in parts of Towns, Union County, up into parts of Rabun County too, still those highest elevations. And then going up into parts of the mountains of North Carolina, again, maybe a little bit of mixture in with that too, as this moisture is really falling apart as it's going to be moving here into parts of the southeast. Now, we're not concerned about any rain moving into our area tonight, but just know that the cooler air is going to start moving in. We've been dealing with the wind out there for today, and you can see what we're talking about here when you look at this tower cam. This is the tower cam at Northside Hospital, and we focused in there on that flag, and you can see how it's blowing pretty briskly there. We had a peak wind gust today, excuse me, of around 36 miles an hour. Still rather gusty at times tonight, but the winds are going to start settling down tonight and into tomorrow, as instead of a southwest wind that brought us that slightly warmer air, now when the front comes through, that's going to shift the wind coming out of the north and also the west. So still some good winds that are blowing there. Also, this is the view in Rome right now, looking down on the downtown area, and you can see the flags there still blowing too, with that wind that is still a little bit brisk at times, but it is dry. Here's our view from our tower cam there in DeKalb County at Arizona Avenue. Mainly clear skies here, and I know it's dark, you can't really see all the clouds, but you can see just some of those clouds that are out there right now too. But still a beautiful skyline and a nice night with great visibility. So here's a look at that official high for today, 59 degrees, 2 degrees above the average. So you see that average of 57. Now our average low for this time of year is 39. This morning we dropped down to about 34. So that is also, that was below the average this morning and then slightly above average this afternoon. And now that rainfall deficit back up to just right at a half a foot below where we should be in rainfall, 6.02 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. Now, here's a look at how those temperatures timed out today. We had that low that actually dipped down to 34. That was at 3 o'clock in the morning. Then we were at 35, then 36 there between 4 and 8 o'clock. And then we saw those temperatures rising during the day, eventually getting up to that 59-degree reading. That 59 was actually at 3:35 this afternoon, before this hourly at 58. So between 3 and 4, that's when, excuse me, we had that high temperature today that got up to that 59-degree reading. And then ever since then, we have been cooling a little bit, but really a slower cooling process and pattern here tonight. As we're waiting for that front to move in here. So we still have that southwesterly flow ahead of that front, and then when that passes through tonight, that's when we're really going to start feeling those temperatures coming down a little bit more. 52 here, 54 in Thomaston, but up in North Georgia a little cooler, 49 in Canton, 49 in Dalton, 45 in Blairsville, and 41 in Clayton. And once this front moves through, those temperatures are going to start falling a little faster tonight, and by tomorrow morning we think we're going to dip down to the freezing mark here in town. Even cooler in some of the outlying areas here tomorrow, 32 right around between 7 and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then we start moving up, but it's going to be a slower warming process here during the day tomorrow, only getting up to 49 degrees. So about 10 degrees colder tomorrow compared to what we had out there for today. So while you get excited about those high temperatures today, getting up above freezing, just know we'll be below freezing tomorrow, and then more of those ups and downs as we head through the end of the week and also the weekend. So here's how we're looking overnight. By tomorrow morning, there may be a few clouds there on the south side, but mostly sunny skies. Those arrows, you see them right there, coming out of the north and west, helping to push in some of that cooler and drier air with those highs only in the upper 40s tomorrow. Then going into Friday, another shift in that pattern here. Now these arrows a little hard to see here, but that's coming out of the south and west. That will start transporting warmer air our way again, and by Friday afternoon, highs up to around 60 degrees. And that'll be the same thing pretty much for your Saturday with highs near 60 degrees. Now in the morning Saturday, there might be a couple more little clouds around, but then those temperatures go up again into Saturday afternoon. Now, take a look at the European model. This is what I've been showing you this week, and the models have been kind of going back and forth, not only on temperatures into the weekend, but also on those rain chances. On Saturday, we still think we're going to be dry here in our area, but look at this overnight Saturday into Sunday. The models, as I mentioned, have been going back and forth on rain chances. There could be a couple of showers early on Sunday, but I'm really still not overly impressed with those rain chances. We're going with just a 20% chance for a shower, and then the rest of the day it is going to be dry. But on Sunday, it may be a little bit of a shock to your system after having a high on Saturday at 60. Our high on Sunday is most likely going to be just in the mid-40s, and it's going to be rather windy, so it may feel like we have temperatures in the 30s here on Sunday afternoon when you factor in the wind. Also, morning lows on Monday and Tuesday are going to dive down into the 20s. So those ups and downs really just continue going into next week too. Thank goodness though, with that cold air in place, going into the beginning of next week, at least it is going to be dry. We're not concerned about any rain mixing in with that really cold air. And then we'll watch into next week. On Wednesday right now, we think it's going to stay dry, but we'll keep an eye on this system that's developing out to the west and see whether or not it's going to make it here maybe by next Thursday. That could potentially have a little bit of rain with it moving in, again, if it holds together. But for the next 5 days, including going into Sunday, where we have that weak little system that has only that 20% chance for a shower, the American model not even showing any rain here. The European model is showing maybe a little bit of rain that may not even be measurable in some spots. It's showing a little bit of green, but showing 0 on the official potential for any rain totals here. Again, that would be mainly for early Sunday, possibly 1/10 of an inch there on the south side. So we'll keep watching this. As you know, we keep watching the models for trends. These models aren't necessarily a secret answer key that have all of the answers on it. That's just the computer predictions of what's going to happen. We look at all of the models and compare the differences there and watch for the trends and then see how they start coming together. So that's our challenge here going through the next few days through this week as we fine-tune those rain chances and also the temperatures into the weekend too. But this is what we're watching now. It was mild today, and then we're going to be watching here this colder air that's going to start dipping into our area tonight and tomorrow. So we'll feel that colder air tomorrow, then the milder air comes back in. This is for Friday as well as on Saturday. The mild air is going to be in place, and then going into Sunday, this next Arctic blast pushes in. Now the really cold air with this, that cold core of air, is going to stay more to the north of us. I mean, we're talking really cold air here, up from Kentucky into parts of Indiana and Ohio, moving into western Pennsylvania and into New York. That's going to be the coldest air there on Sunday. We'll begin to fall again during the day on Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday morning, that's when we'll see those temperatures back into the 20s. And then the afternoons will start moderating a little bit, going back into first the low 50s and then into the mid 50s through next Wednesday for the middle of the week. So here's a look at those lows. We've got some ups and downs with these too. 32 we think will be the coldest morning over the next few days here, including the weekend. But then going into Monday, that's when that really cold air comes in with the low going down to about 26 degrees here for Monday morning. And then Tuesday morning is most likely going to be in the 20s as well. Then look at these highs. Now this kind of shows more of those ups and downs. Today was 59, so that would have been up here, all right here for today. Tomorrow down to 49, back up to 60 for Friday and Saturday, and then we come down to 46 Sunday, 45 on Monday for highs. So that just kind of shows those ups and downs that we are going to be dealing with. So how this all times out for the weekend, we're expecting sunshine mixing in with just a few more clouds around at times. Morning temperatures around 39 with afternoon highs near 60. And then on Sunday, the morning temperatures around 37 and highs will be around 46 degrees. And just at low rain chance early in the morning here on Sunday at about a 20% chance, most likely before most of us wake up. But the wind is going to start kicking up in the afternoon on Sunday too, and that wind will make those temperatures up to 46 in the afternoon feel more like it is in the 30s when you factor in the wind. So here's how all of this times out. When you check out our 7-day outlook, there's that high of 49 on Thursday with mostly sunny skies. Then 35 on Friday morning, getting up to 60 in the afternoon. There's that afternoon high again Saturday of 60 with, now, again, this is ahead of that front. It looks like it's going to stay dry here. Then that low rain chance early on Sunday, temperatures near 37 in the morning, and then 46 for the high, but with the wind, again, feeling colder. Monday and Tuesday, that's the really cold part of this system here in the morning hours for the beginning of the week. And I have to tell you, some of our models are even saying Monday morning can be around 23 degrees. We're not kind of going there yet because these models have really been having a hard time with this system for the weekend and going up and down. So right now we're saying 26 for the low Monday, 29 Tuesday, as we see the afternoon highs going back up into the low and even mid 50s here for the middle of the week. So a lot to watch over the next few days. When you see a temperature tomorrow, don't get used to that because it's going to change Friday and Saturday. Then don't get used to that because it's going to change Sunday into Monday and also Tuesday. So thanks for watching this extended weather update here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News, and then updates throughout the day tomorrow as well on 11 Alive Plus. So thanks for watching. Have a great night. We'll see you back here at 11.